Hello YouTube artists, I'm Kelly Hernig and welcome to In the Studio. Today I have a mini art haul from a lot of different places. My least expensive art supply on this table is $1.25. I know, it's kind of crazy, right? The most expensive is $25, and that is a little handmade sketchbook that I'm going to share with you. But I want to tell you that there are a lot of great sales going on right now, and so I wanted to share them while they're still going. I'm going to talk about this handmade sketchbook last while we do some swatching inside of it. So I'm just going to push that aside. I have been looking for a notebook just to take notes in. So think about clear paper. That's what I wanted. I didn't want lines or anything like that. I wanted something that I could use a marker with or even a pencil. And this was the perfect thing that I found at the Dollar Tree store. It's 50 pages. It is 7 by 10, which is the perfect size. You can choose from 3 different covers. At least at my store, it was 3 different covers. And this was the price of it. I know, $1.25. Can you really beat that? I don't think so. I like its size because it's little, it's thin. The paper's not too bad. It's pretty, it's thin, but it's got a nice thickness and a nice tooth to it. You can tell that it's going to be nice to write on. And I just wanted something that I could throw in my bag and go and not really worry about it. So this was my first thing. Dollar Tree, $1.25. The other kind of sketchbook I was looking for was, again, just something that I had a lot of pages. The paper, I didn't care if I could paint on it or not. And this was actually, it is an alpha series. It says 150 GSM, 46 pages. It says dry media, light wash, ink. And so that seems perfect for me. I just really wanted to sketch out some ideas. And I want to just really draw in it. I'm looking for ink and pencil. That's it. Let's go to Dick Blick. Dick Blick is having a huge sale right now. They have bought the inventory from Joann Fabrics, which is McPherson, I think is its liquidation sale. If you go to dickblick.com, just look for liquidation sale and you should see it. There are a lot of journals, a lot of paper. Like I really like this 1264. It's cold press. It is a great size. It's 4 by 8. It's 140 pound, and you get 30 sheets within here. So what I want to do is I actually want to cut it in half and make 4 by 4s. And I've got a little specific project in my mind. So normally these are about $8. They are on sale right now at Dick Blick for $3.38 each. I know, right? You can't really beat that. I mean, 30 sheets that I'm going to turn into 60. So I bought 2 of them because that is what I have in mind. I want to actually make 100 pieces, but this will make 120, which is even better. The other thing from Dick Blick is, this is my favorite studio paper. It is the Fabriano Studio. You can see Studio Watercolor Paper here. There are 12 sheets. This is 8 by 10. It's 25% cotton. This is cold press, 140 pounds. So I bought 4 of them in cold press, and then I bought another 4 of them in hot press. Now, the great deal about this, they are normally $15 on Amazon. They are on sale for $6. I know, right? So I basically got 4 of these for $24. I cannot beat the price of that. And that's a lot of watercolor paper. That's 48 of them. So I've wanted to share with you on that too, that if you're looking for any Fabriano paper, they have a lot, and this deal I could not pass up because I'm always looking for pieces to work on, and this was a fantastic steal basically. So I wanted to share. Now we're moving on to pens and pencils here, so bear with me. Off of Amazon, I ordered some new Holbein paints. Now, I don't know if you remember my weird watercolors, but I used Gray of Grays, Gray of Gray, and Verditer Blue. And I liked the colors so much that I bought big tubes. I just had to have them, and I have enjoyed really this Verditer Blue, and this Gray of Grays is a really pretty neutral, and I found that it goes great with violets. I also bought this new color. It is another Holbein. It is Eurasian J Rose Gray. Now this is one of their new colors, like from the moon, the flowers. It's one of those sets, but I just wanted this color and I'll show you why. It granulates beautiful. And then the other color I wanted to try was the Holbein Indigo. Someone on my Indigo comparison said that they really liked the Holbein, so I wanted to try that. It looked really rich and deep, and I like that. So back to the Eurasian J Rose Gray. Look at this color. This is what that little tube looks like. Look at all the colors in here. Is it not beautiful? I just love like this and this here. These lighter spots are just water kind of pulling the color in. But look what it granulates into. I see like kind of this dark chocolate color, and there's a bit of violet. There's some really soft blues. There is, you can see a little bit of the brown color here. I just think it's a lovely color. And although this tube is expensive, it's like $11 for this tube. If you want the set, I would recommend buying the set, but I just wanted this individual color just because of the beauty of this. I have been looking at pencils because like I said, I want to keep trying some pencil drawings for the rest of this year and into 2026. And on Helen Wells' channel, if you don't know Helen Wells, she does fantastic sketchbooks. I just love her sketchbooks. But she shared this pencil, the 14B of the Faber Castell Pitt Graphite Matte. And I have the set here, the 6 Pitt Graphite Matte pencils, but it only goes up to 12B. So I decided to purchase the 14B just to go a little darker, and we're going to play with this one in the swatching. And then I was watching Jess Karp. If you don't know Jess Karp, oh my gosh, her portraiture is fantastic. I find her very inspiring, and she was sharing different ink pens. And I've been looking for something other than the Micron pen because I really don't like the tips of them too much. So I was looking for something a little more earthier, especially in grays. So you can see that she shared these Copic markers, and I bought one to try in cool gray, and I really enjoyed that color. So these are the Copics, the multi-liner. She recommended the 0.3 size for really fine lines, and that's what I was interested in. It's waterproof, it's pigment ink, and it's great. So I got a cool gray, a warm gray, a brown, and a black. I also wanted to try the set. So this is a set of cool gray, but then the sizes are 0.05, 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5, just to see what difference that makes. And I'm going to swatch all those. Then I was looking at the new colors coming out by the Derwent Drawing Pencils, and there were 4 of the old colors that I somehow missed. I don't know if they were like not in stock when I looked for them, but this is chocolate. Then I bought smoke blue, sanguine, and what's the other one? Cool gray. So I added these 4 before the new ones come out, and just so that I can play with them. And I'm going to work with these today and the paint and see what they do. My next purchases were from Target. Target has had some of my favorite pencils. So they had a set that was black and white like this. And I love their pencils because they're heavy, but they're also chunky. I like a chunky pencil. I think it's back to my grade school days where, you know, we had to use that really fat yellow pencil, but they're nice and weighted. These, though, have been discontinued forever, but I keep looking. So this time when I went by, they had a set of, look at this, like a Celadon green. And it's the same kind of lead, the 0.7 millimeter lead. It comes with leads, erasers, and 2 pencils. I just really like them. They're weighted again. They have a more matte finish, so you can see the white here is shinier, where the green one is a little more matte, but when you push it down, you get your beautiful lead coming out. You can just see that great lead. And I just wanted to share because, like I said, this is probably my favorite pencil of all time, and such a beautiful green. I had to share that. You'll find that like in their school sections where they have a bunch of pens and pencils and Sharpies and that kind of thing. Speaking of Sharpies, my favorite thing to write with is a Papermate. In my notes and in my sketchbooks and in my notebooks, this is what I usually use. But I've kind of grown tired of them and thought, let me see if I can find something different. And of course, while I was in the pencil aisle, I went and looked at their felt tip markers. Now these are 0.7 mm in black ink, the felt tip pens. And look how beautiful they are. I really like these, and I like the fancy little clip here. Do you see that little clip? So I thought that would fit really nice over my sketchbook. The Papermate has a little clasp too, but it's not as bold as this one, or as broad, I should say. But the tip looks a little finer than the Papermate. You can see the tip there versus the Papermate. Let me hold them both side by side. One seems more like a brush tip, one is more like a felt pen. So I'm going to have fun playing with that, and I want to see if they bleed in my new notebooks or not. This is a sketchbook that my friend Alicia makes. This little sketchbook is 4 3/4 by 6.5. And I love the size of it. Look at, there's my hand. Look how chunky it is. I love it. It's Coptic bound on the side. It lays flat. And I love the size because it's great for in your hand. You can fit it in your pocket, and it goes in an art bag very easy. I mean, look how skinny, right? Couple supplies and I'm ready to go. There is 8 signatures in this of 3 sheets each for a total of 96 pages. It is Canson XL watercolor paper in 90 pound. It's great for watery sketches, collage, and ink. The cover here is mulberry paper. Sometimes she stamps on it, collages on it, like here's some stencils, there's a stamp, and each cover is different, which I really love. So she's got a stash of papers that she's making these beautiful covers with. These sketchbooks are $25 plus postage. They're only available in the US right now, and you will have to reach her at sending_pages on Instagram. I will have all of these supplies listed in the video description box below. But I wanted to try working with some of these new colors that I got and some of the new ink pens to see how they worked on here. I want to work on Alicia's sketchbook, but I also want to work in my notes sketchbook. I'm going to flip to the back page here so that I can have a nice page with that. So I'm going to just write Copic. You can see it's very light. I love that. Hopefully you can see that. Look how light that is. That's pretty. I show you the one notebook at the end so that you can see how they compare. Then this is the 0.3 in cool gray. It's has a very much a blue appeal. Very pretty. Then we have the Copic in 03 black. And then we have the Copic in 03, oh, this is a 0.03 again, and brown. I wish I could find a true brown that looks deep brown. If any of you have a pen recommendation for that, please let me know. These always look sepia-ish and a little more too orange than what I like. Now I'm going to try the set of these, and I'm going to go from the size, the smallest size here. This is my Copic set in cool gray. This is the 0.05. This is the 01. Wow, you wouldn't think there was a big difference in there, but that one's so much bolder. Then we've got the 03. And then we've got the 05. This is a chunky one. I like the colors of the cool gray a lot. So there are the 4 different colors. And then here is the set of cool gray. And I want to try the Papermate. This is just the flare. Then I'm going to try the Target pen. Sorry about that. Very nice. And here's how this notebook worked on that. You can see the beautiful colors there. This is really smooth paper. And I don't think it's going through. No, it's not going through at all. So that looks good. You're kind of getting a ghosting, but that's okay with me for pencil. I want to play around with my 4 new colors and let's see how that works. This has been dried and I'm going to use some of the Derwent pencils that I got. So this one was Cool Gray. I just want to see how they go on. That's a pretty color. All right, now I'm going to use the 14B of that Faber Castell Pitt, number 14B, and I want to see how dark this can get. So I want to just draw kind of a stem of flowers here. I'll have fun with this. So you can see it's just already giving me a lot of texture, which is really great. And this is what I'm looking for my little sketchbooks. I just want pencil. So I'll be able to pack a couple of my favorite drawing pencils. I definitely want to bring this 14. I might even take that whole little Faber-Castell set. Maybe a simple Copic marker just to outline and have fun. But you can see it's going great over all of the texture that I've added with the watercolor and the pencil. Let me bring you up so you can see here. So that is the dark pencil over the color pencil. Looks really nice. Here it looks a lot darker here over the watercolor, of course, because it doesn't have the texture of the pencil underneath it. But I love the darkness that's given me, so rich. And I like even the thickness of the stems and the little bitty bloom ends here. And it's just a really pretty texture. You can see the texture there of the Derwent drawing, both of them. And then you can see the indigo here and the verditer blue. Isn't that a beautiful blue? I don't know what's happened to me lately between the abstracts and this verditer blue, but something's changing and I'm excited about it. But I will always go back to a granulating color over everything because this has been my favorite find so far today. Remember that I will have all of the products listed below in the video description box. If you were inspired by today's mishmash of art supplies, please leave me a like or a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please click the button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.